Here we are.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We have been planning this for a minute.
Yes.
For a minute, and we are here.
Finally.
Welcome to the table. I am so excited today. We are kicking off a series of conversations with a friend of mine. Okay, through this series, you are going to laugh, cry, and I hope that you find yourself leaning into a conversation where you find that you get hit with revelation that you didn't even see coming.
All right.
Epiphanies. So here is what I want you to do. Pull up a seat, join the conversation. If you do, I am certain that you will walk away with this unique blend of inspiration and guidance and practical tools that will help you unlock your authentic purpose and navigate your journey with courage and grace. See, in this series, each topic will demonstrate what it looks like to live fully alive. John 10:10 says, "The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come to bring you life and life to the full."
I love it.
What does it look like when someone lives out loud John 10:10? What does it look like to live fully alive? Fully alive is not the absence of hardship. It's the presence of courage. Fully alive is not the void of direction. Rather, it is a life filled with possibilities, regardless of your circumstances. Living fully alive is your identity redeemed and made whole. And this type of life includes heartbreak. It can include failure and pain, ups and downs. But at the same time, it includes peace and joy. And when we choose to live fully alive, we will experience explosive victory, growth, and a lot of laughter.
Yep.
In this series of episodes, I want you to pull up a seat to our table, and I want you to join the conversation about all of our life's ups and downs, learning curves, moments of God-inspired wisdom and revelation. And you're going to hear stories of what it looks like to walk out John 10:10. And so I'm inviting you just to pull up a seat and to hang out with us for a minute. It's going to be really good. See, the idea of sitting around this table and having these meaningful conversations started years ago with me and my parents. We would sit around the table and spend hours drinking coffee and revelating over the mysteries of God's kingdom and how it wove into our life. And when I started the journey of the table, video, and podcasts, I knew that one day I wanted to be right here around a table with others, exploring the beauty of Christ. I wanted to chat with my friends and family and have these like aha moments in real time. And I think we're going to have some aha moments in real time. I wanted us to uncover and discover mysteries and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding together with our friends.
Yes.
And so this series, Fully Alive, Conversations at the Table, will mark 1 year. It's a celebration. Did you know?
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Since I first appeared on your screen and invited you to join me on this crazy journey. But when I started the table with Natalie Taylor about a year ago, I had to jump in scared and maybe not completely prepared. Saying yes to this adventure meant that I was willing to learn and grow as I went. That is so much how I approach life. I'm here with you today because of my community. I was thinking just yesterday, as I was putting the finishing touches on today and everything that we're going to do, I was thinking about my own community that have cheered me on and have actually kind of put me on their own shoulders to get here today with you, with my community. It was a really cool thing. See, my God-sized dreams are happening because of family and friends. So I'm over the moon about today. I'm excited to be sitting here with you, with more community. It is a perfect time for this conversation. And so I want to welcome Cindy Ratcliff. She's amazing. Before I tell you how we met, I want to tell you who all Cindy is. But first, Cindy is a friend. She is a confidant. She loves authentically. She sees the best in everyone. And she is willing to call you up higher. I know you've done that in my life many times. She's funny. She's quick-witted, y'all. And this girl can sing. I don't know if you know that about her, but she can sing. She is a Dove Award-winning, here we go, credentials. She loves this part, by the way. I mean, she's so excited that I'm about to read off her credentials. But listen, I want you to know who she is, because when we start getting into these conversations, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's amazing, and she did all that. So here we go. She's a Dove Award-winning Christian music artist. She's a songwriter. She's a screenwriter. Cindy's music career, correct me if I'm wrong, started when she was 6 with your family, the Cruse family.
Yes.
And they had a wild ride of it. She's recorded at least 26 albums, right?
Yes.
26?
Yeah.
I mean, who counts at that
27?
point, really, Cindy?
Right. 23 with my family alone.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's a lot of albums with your family.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to know more information about this at some point. That's
All right.
a lot.
That's a lot.
That's
isn't it?
incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so she has collaborated with the Houston Symphony. Incredible.
Yeah.
She's recorded 3 live worship albums with Lakewood. She's also released 3 solo albums. Come on. I mean, listen, when we started being friends, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Because I don't telegraph that.
You don't. Telephone, telegraph, tell a friend. Cindy can sing.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Cindy can sing. Several of your top singles were Billboard's top number 2 and number 8, right? If I can remember this correctly.
Right.
And then you did an album, a Spanish album that hit number 1.
Yes.
What was it called?
Lluvia Celestial.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should you just sing right now?
I shouldn't.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought maybe we could have
Well,
like a
you know.
live spot. We didn't prepare for that.
No.
But I think you have...
The budget didn't count for that.
Didn't count for the
No.
singing? Oh, gosh.
Maybe next
time,
podcast.
Next time I'll have to scrape up some more pennies.
Since you paid me so much for this.
Exactly.
Yes.
And coffee.
Right.
And a mug. Cheers. But seriously, all of the awards are phenomenal. And I know that you don't like advertising that and you don't like leading with that. And I actually love that about you. But I also want to give credit where credit is due. You've done some pretty amazing things. I think, though, one thing that I tell John, my husband, the most inspiring thing is your 25 years serving Joel Osteen and Lakewood. And it is not because of your position as senior worship pastor. Nope.
Senior worship leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is the consistency and the faithfulness. And that inspires me.
Yeah.
I have been in and out of church settings all of my life. And to see someone, and I think I've even told you that before, like, that is incredible.
Yeah, we joke about it and say, I think I've set some kind of a world record.
Yes.
By being on staff at a church this long.
The same one.
Yeah, the same church.
The same church.
Right.
25
years.
You've seen,
Especially nowadays. I have to say that so much of that credit goes to the kind of person that Pastor Joel is. He really is. He's so easy to serve.
That's incredible.
And to serve the Lord in that capacity there at the church is just, it's been a real honor.
Yeah.
It has.
Yeah. I know that I was challenged with the power that comes with longevity. I remember when we first met one another. So this is how we met. We were at an event, a health coaching event.
Yeah.
And Marcus,
Yes,
her
my
husband, was with us. And we were standing in a line for food. And at any event that you would normally go to, it's like the mix and the mingle type of event, and everyone feels slightly awkward at the same time. You know that Saturday Night Live skit where they like,
Yes.
you don't know what to do with your hands. Yeah, and it felt a little insecure. And so you're just like, And so we're standing in this line, and it was probably the first time you and I had seen one another in person. Now, we had been on a million Zooms together.
Right.
And we had done trainings together, actually, like leadership trainings and things like that, but just via Zoom.
Right.
And I think I'm on several group messages with Marcus and other people. Yeah. But we're standing in line and to get our food, and Marcus, I think, did Marcus introduce us?
Yeah.
Okay. And he said some really sweet things and about me. And you might have won a Dove Award, but I had some.
Right. There you go.
I had somebody say something sweet about me, girl. But I remember you asked me a question, or maybe you didn't ask me a question, but I just remember in that moment, I had this unction on the inside of me.
Unction? That's such a good church word.
I had the unction.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'm sorry. I just, certain church words just pop out like in the midst.
Yeah.
Where do you say midst? Nowhere but church. Okay. Go
Unction.
ahead. You had this.
I had
unction?
this.
Sorry.
I'll never be able to say that word
you
again.
won't.
And she'll bust your chops any day of the week.
Any day.
Any day.
Even if it is your podcast. I'm sorry.
She's like, girl, don't say that.
Right. No,
don't say
I'm
unction.
Kidding. I'm kidding. No. Unction
trying
is
to-
a great word.
Okay.
Because it's like a deep word. I've totally blown this.
No, this is
Go ahead.
wonderful. I'm so glad I had you on. I had this thing.
Yeah.
Right here.
It wasn't out loud.
It was
a little noise down here. Go ahead. Anyway, you would be careful with your words.
I would. Hold on.
But you didn't feel that with me?
I didn't. And it wasn't because you did anything like to make me feel that way. I just knew that I should show up super authentic.
Yeah.
So I wish I could remember if you asked me a question. I don't think you did.
I don't think I did.
I think I just.
I'm usually not that, like, Marcus is the question guy.
Like, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started explaining my season of life that I was in. And I had been on staff at a church, and I was in the middle of transition and the direction that I felt like God was calling us in. And you just leaned in. I remember, I think you just did like this. You just like leaned in and listened, and we stood in line for far too long. And then you said, "You want to go sit down?" I said, "Yeah, I think I do." And I don't even think I think we left the line early even. And we went and found a table. How fitting. But we found a table. And at that point you said something, I think your elbow was hurting.
I had broken my arm.
Okay. And so you said something about, I guess, your arm hurting or whatever. And I was like, "Can I pray for you?" And so I prayed for you. And then it was this instant, hey, we're supposed to be connected.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. That was such a sweet night, too, because I know my brother and sister-in-law were there that night. And I think anytime we have similar backgrounds, and we connected on that.
Yeah.
On that level of coming from ministry families. And I think when you step into a different sphere of influence and people where it's different than what you've walked through before, and you find some common ground with someone that's like, you're my people, and that's really what we felt that night.
Yes, I agree.
Like, you're my people.
Yes.
We felt safe with one another. And
Yes.
I that's, to me, I'll say it this way, it's spirit to spirit.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we felt that night.
I agree.
It was much deeper than, "Hi, I'm Natalie Taylor from Texas."
Yes.
Me being a Texas girl.
Yes.
I just, it was a lot deeper than that.
We went like straight to the heart.
Straight to the unction.
I had did you get an unction?
No,
Oh.
I did. I'm not that spiritual.
Oh, nothing down here?
No, mine was
A
more
little bit
in
up
here.
here.
Little different place.
Oh, okay. Okay, mine is deep.
No, but I felt that instant connection
Yeah.
with you. Just like, you're my sister.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Sister from another mister.
Yeah.
I typically say that wrong. Yeah.
You got it right.
I did? Okay, good. I remember I don't know, we sat at that table forever, and we instantaneously started talking about the future and dreams, and it was like you invited me into your dreams and I invited you into mine, and it was this just like wild instant connection. And I reflect back on the few times that I've had that with other people. I would say it doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah.
But when it does, it's like sit up and take notice. Like lean in and let's see what God is up to. Yeah. And it is this beautiful thing that you can trust God with this and with my heart and my unctions.
Yes.
I can trust him with the unctions.
Yeah.
And I can just lean in and be along the ride with the relationship. Right. And it has been a beautiful ride so far, and we're just getting started. Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
I love that several months later, Marcus and myself had dinner with you and John. Yes. And then John was kind of brought into the circle of trust.
Of actions.
The circle of trust. And it's just, I love when God starts to knit something together, because I know community is such a big thing for you. And how John and Marcus just hit it off the same way.
Yes.
And just the Lord is so sweet how he weaves people together. And for such a time as this, you know, for a season that you're in, and you start to see why God puts you in each other's lives. It's so cool.
Never would I have imagined, I don't know, was it a year and a half ago maybe that we were at that event?
Probably.
Something like that.
Year and a half or maybe 2 now.
Yeah. That we would be here.
Yeah.
Doing
sitting at this table. Yeah.
I know.
So cool.
And I think the beautiful part about spirit to spirit connection and community when we are putting God first is I can look at it with this great, like a full heart of expectancy of like, God, you are so good and the best is yet to come.
It is.
That this isn't like, wow, we did this, let's check it off the list. That it's I don't know what is next, but the best is yet to come for us.
I love that he promises us that our latter days will be greater than our former days. Yeah. You know, and in a society where age is such a big deal, you know, everybody's trying to look like they're 20 and, you know, it's crazy. I'm obviously not one of those people, but, you know, where age is such a big deal and, you know, you're trying to be young. And I just think it's so cool that God says, look, your latter days will be greater than your former days. I still have plans for you until you lay down and go to sleep for the last time.
Yeah. And don't you find that all of those plans have always included people?
Absolutely.
It's never been a solo mission.
No. It truly is not what you know, but who you know. It really is that.
Man, that's so good. I mean, I've heard that saying.
Yeah.
But I'm like reflecting. I'm like, it is not what I know, because I'm not here today because of what I knew. We have lots of people. We have a team of people that are filling in the gaps of things that I don't know.
And I love that. I've always been kind of a team person. I've always loved the collaboration. I mean, even being a songwriter, I think my best songs are songs that I've collaborated with other people.
Yes.
And I love building a team. I think one of my gifts is curating people.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. Yeah. I love that. And connecting people. Oh, you need to meet you need to meet Larry. You know, the guy who put this whole thing together.
Yes.
Production-wise.
Yeah.
I love connecting people because we can lift each other.
Yeah.
We can lift each other when we work together. And I love that. That's one of my favorite things in life.
Would you say that when you think about memories or even just our relationship or connections, that the most fruitful connections with people in community have happened when you've shown up authentically you?
No doubt. I'm not a game player, and I'm kind of a truth teller, and so I don't like to go into a situation where, now I will go in and I will read a room, and then I'll know how to step into that room.
Sure. Maturity.
But I'm not one to try to be something for that situation. It's you either like me or you don't.
Yeah.
You either want the gift I bring or you don't,
Yeah.
you know. And I don't take it, if you don't like it, I'm like, you're lost. Because I got something to give.
You want what I have.
I've never lacked confidence in my I've always had people around me that said, you're the best. And I'm like, yes, I am. Yeah, I mean, I don't, honestly, I don't say that arrogantly.
No, not at all.
But I think how, just in my confidence in the Lord and who He's created me to be.
Yes.
If I'm not what you need, then God's got something better for you.
Yes.
And better for me.
Yeah.
And it's just simple as that.
And it could also just not be a great fit.
Might not be the right time.
Yeah. And so even showing up authentically in community, if it doesn't mesh, sometimes we force things to mesh when it might not be the right time or the right fit or I think it's being okay with me and showing up as me. I was thinking about the scripture in Luke when Jesus is with the disciples at the table, and it says that he leaned back. And so he's having this conversation with him on the, right before everything is going to change and we will all, like, our worlds will be turned upside down, but he's leaning back. And when I think about this idea of conversations around the table, community around the table, it's this place of intimacy, because historically when they leaned back, it was like a sign of safety and intimacy and like leaning back on someone's breast. And I think that is the perfect picture of authentic community, that you can feel safe, because it is a safe place to lean back and to let someone see you. Someone says intimacy, into me you, or into me see. And that can be a scary place to be.
It's always scary because you make yourself vulnerable. You open yourself up to allowing that person in. It's just, you open yourself up to however they end up treating you. And you trust them to treat you well, and sometimes they don't. So it's always scary. You just, it's one of those life things where you have to take a risk, though.
I was thinking that word,
risk.
And I think even like in marriage and in friendships, my daughter is entertaining the love of her life at the moment. We'll see what happens. If it happens, I won't be mad about it. But we had this really cool conversation about there was some things, he's possibly getting deployed and some things that were going on, and she was stepping up to the plate to a new adult relationship that she's never experienced before. And I thought this was so interesting. I was asking her how she was feeling and navigating, this budding relationship, and now he's going to be gone, and how is your heart? And she said, well, I'm sad and that he's going away. And she goes, but Mom, please know that I still love him. And she was trying to convince me of her love for him still. And I had this epiphany, and I thought, oh, you've never been a part of a relationship, external mom and dad, that love doesn't fail. Like, you've been a part of friendships in college and in high school and boyfriends that it's very circumstantial. And so people show up with intimacy, but it's like with immaturity, and they're like, here I am. And then the circumstances change and people are like, out.
I'm out.
And so it was this awareness of like, oh my goodness, she's showing up to the table with a maturity, and she's leveling up in a relationship, and she's experiencing what it's like for the first time to love someone and not allow circumstances to waver the love. And she almost didn't know how to put it into words. And it was a really cool mom moment of like, whoa. First of all, she's maturing. But second of all, just this awareness of how often do we have friendships or community that are determined by circumstances more than a connection and love, authentic love. And I think sometimes that leaning back at the table with a community, sometimes we can lean back a little too quick and not assess the community. I love what you said, like read a room. Read a room, read your community, see what it is that God is doing and what he's up to. But in those moments where you have spirit to spirit connection with someone, it's that like lean back, like lean back and have intimacy and allow you to see what's inside of me, the good, the bad, the hard, the dreams. For me, the hardest part is you seeing the dreams. That's the hardest part for me. I can show you my flaws all day long.
Wow.
Yeah. But to say, oh, here's what I really want to do with my life, that's scary. But spirit to spirit connection in a God ordained relationship, here I am.
How about that? I love it.
It's pretty amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I could spend hours talking to you. And I am.
We do, actually.
That's what we're going to do. But I'm just so grateful for our connection and for our meeting.
Me too.
So grateful.
I am as well.
And we could just, we are going to talk for hours, so you don't want to miss it. As we wrap up the first of our series, Living Fully Alive, Conversations at the Table. First, I just want to say thank you. My deepest gratitude for you saying yes to do this.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, my privilege, actually. I'm so grateful to be here.
Thank you.
Be a part of this for you.
Oh my gosh. And for everyone that joined us, your presence at this virtual table has brought warmth and authenticity and this sense of belonging to our conversation, knowing that you're in the conversation with us. So today was the first on many different conversations on a journey of exploration and discovery and diving into profound topics and embracing sense of community. And so my hope is that you have been reminded of the transformative power found in genuine connections and authenticity through our story. I'm incredibly blessed to have shared this time with my dear friend Cindy, who you will find her presence and wisdom is going to enrich the conversation in immeasurable ways. And so I invite you, pull up a chair, join us at the table, invite a friend, lean into this journey of living fully alive. Embrace the fullness of life that God has promised us. So until next time, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss a moment. Share your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear about your God connections with people and your spirit to spirit connections. Put it in the comment. I want to leave you with this question to ponder. What does it look like for you to show up authentically in community? Just being you. So thanks for being here. I pray that you walk away from this table renewed, inspired, with lots of courage and a deeper sense of purpose. And we'll see you soon at the table.